less can be definitely more with anything in life. And it also saves a step. But notice how when you just blend in your natural oils, I usually just go in with my serum and just blend it all together. It really just creates a beautiful combination for your skin. It's going to help give you that glow. Today, I'm going to be talking about 3 unpopular skin hacks that work. So why are they unpopular? What do I mean by that? So I'm an esthetician, and some things that I do, other estheticians may not necessarily agree upon, or people in the skin industry, but they have worked well for me and they have worked well for my clients. So I wanted to really share those with you. Let's dive in. And I think I'm going to make this a series. So tune in to see at the end if I make this a series or not. I have so many skin hacks I want to share with you that are unpopular, but they have just worked. And I just couldn't fit them all in one episode. So yeah, I think I may do a part 2. I'm going to decide during this episode, then I'll let you know. Skin hack number 1 that is unpopular that I really believe in. And that is, don't cleanse your skin in the morning. This is not for acne prone skin. So I want to preface that. Is it preface or preface? I think it's preface. I want to preface that I'm 47. So I have mature skin. My skin is usually, it's combination really, but it can get in some areas on the drier side. And I am just a believer to keep those natural oils balanced. I do a very thorough cleanse at night, and the bacteria that I have accumulated at night is more of the good bacteria. And I just don't want to really rinse that off. I want to keep that good bacteria. My pillowcase is clean. So make sure you have a clean pillowcase. That is important. That's also an additional skin hack. I like to flip my pillow over, like do Monday night, clean pillow. Tuesday night, flip the pillow over. Wednesday night, get another pillowcase. Thursday night, flip it over. Friday night, get another pillowcase. Saturday, flip it over. There you go. And then there's Sunday. So just make sure you have a clean pillowcase. I want to make sure that I'm not stripping oils off in the morning and having to just re-add them in there. And my natural oils at that, it really has made such a difference. Less can be definitely more with anything in life. And it also saves a step. But notice how when you just blend in your natural oils, I usually just go in with my serum and just blend it all together. It really just creates a beautiful combination for your skin. It's going to help give you that glow. And again, my steps for the night previous, my double cleanse, all my skincare steps, my exfoliation, it's all done the night before. So I'm leaving my skin alone for, 8-9 hours whenever I sleep. And there's just really no reason to strip all that off again. That is my skin tip number 1. I just want to make sure that I preserve the microbiome and just make sure that everything is intact. It's great for also supporting dry or sensitive skin. So if you have a dry or sensitive skin type, try it. See how it works for you. Let me know if this skin hack works. I love it. Skin hack number 2. Another one that's not really popular is, I'm just going to say it. This is what I do. There's one night a week I don't do anything on my skin. Not one thing. Yes, I cleanse. I'm not talking about that. I do my double cleanse, but then that's it. And I do my double cleanse, and I also do that with my facial massage. So that's really important. I always like to include my facial massage, my lymphatic drainage with, just get it all done in the showers when I usually wash my face. So I definitely make sure that that is done. But after that, and it's usually Sunday nights. I don't know. Sunday nights, I just want to kind of do nothing. It may be like that Friday night when you're like, I'm done for the week. But doing nothing for my skin really has just made a difference. Again, I think it really helps keep that barrier intact and just gives your skin that time to rest. I don't put on, I know you're going to say this, you're going to think this is wild, but I don't exfoliate that night. I don't do any beauty devices. It gives me a break too, because you can feel overwhelmed and like, oh my gosh, just throw in the towel. I'm done. I can't do any more of that. It just gives me a break. It reminds me of a day you're going to rest. You're not going to work out. You're going to have your cheat meal that day too. Just enjoy that day. Do it all at once, right? And the next day, you get back on track. I don't do any beauty devices. I don't exfoliate that day. I don't even put on moisturizer or a serum. Yes, I said it. That is true. And there's going to be that controversial person that says, well, I'm too dry or whatever. You do you. I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm just sharing what works for me and what's worked for other people. These are things that I've learned from other estheticians that I followed along, and then I started them. Actually, the rest day I started on my own, and I just noticed a difference, and it just also is very nice. The third one is unpopular for a lot of people, probably. I'm not sure, but I do love castor oil. If you are even on a budget too, castor oil is great. Some people may say that, oh, it's clogged my pores. It's actually non-comedogenic. So you don't have to worry about that. You want to make sure you get a cold press castor oil. I have an episode that goes into castor oil. I'll link it down below. It's a deep dive and it lets you know. I really like that brand, Queen of Thrones. It's cold press. I'm sure there's other brands out there. Make sure to get it in a dark colored or amber glass bottle. And my trick with that is I keep it by my nightstand and I transfer from that larger bottle that you normally get into a smaller glass bottle with a glass dropper. And I use it all the time. So if you have some really deep lines on your neck or your face, let that be your last step. So when you're looking for that oil, you can just put a couple of drops of that dropper and then you can place it into that line. So it doesn't have to be all over your face if you want. You can use your other oil, facial oil that you want, and just put the castor oil in those areas, like a spot treatment. And that's one thing I just really haven't heard very much people talk about, is using it more like a spot treatment. It seems like it's all or nothing. Well, I really like my other facial oils. They're a little bit lighter. My jojoba oils, I really like it. But then there's those areas that I need that deeper penetration of oil. So I just spot treat it with the castor oil. And that is a game changer. While I'm doing that, after I've done my face, I also like to put it on my nails and a little bit around my lips. To get full benefits, I like to exfoliate those areas first, not every night, but if you have chapped lips, dry lips, try to exfoliate your lips and then just put a little bit of castor oil on it. If your nails or hands are really super dry from the winter, which whose aren't, use a glycolic, yes, around your cuticles and your nails, get those dead skin cells off. And then you could use a moisturizer on top of that. And then you can spot treat the castor oil. It is a game changer. It's going to penetrate so deep into your skin. It really goes deep, deep, deep into those layers. I love putting on the top of my hands and I love doing it on my feet. I did it last night. I did a glycolic acid pad on my feet. It was time. So I did that. Then I put a moisturizer on it, give it a few minutes. And then I spot treated the area on my heel that needed it. You can do it on your toenails as well. And with the dropper, like I was talking about, and I just rubbed it in gently. And then I put a heel cover, one of those heel sock covers on. And my feet are buttery soft this morning. My nail beds are buttery soft. My lips, like I did the whole thing. Try those tips. See how it works for you. I hope it does. And I thought that I would share that. So stay tuned for part 2. Maybe there should be a part 3. I don't even know. Stay tuned for part 2. And I'm going to have some really good ones on that. So let's just review. So first, try to not cleanse in the morning. See how that works. Not for acne prone skin, but if you have normal skin, dry, sensitive, I even have rosacea, it works really well for me. Just try it. See how it works. Number 2, try to skip 1 day a week in your routine. Just see how it works. Again, maybe it's just that day of the week that you really struggle. That's the perfect day to incorporate that. And it just gives yourself a break. And guess what? It makes you excited the next day to try it. Again, you're like, okay, I had my break. Now I can do it again. And number 3, try castor oil. It's an inexpensive way to really plump up, hydrate those deep wrinkles, crow's feet, 11s. I have this line that I'm always battling on my forehead. And by the way, I just want to let you know, you're trying to always get rid of that line or that wrinkle. It's still there. It's going to be there. We have to constantly work at it. So this is a maintenance. It's just like with your diet and your exercise. Everything is maintenance. It's just like with your makeup, your hair, and your skincare. It's all maintenance. So let's try to make it simple, effective, and efficient with some really good tips. I hope that helps you, and stay tuned next week for part 2. Thanks for watching.